Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Light in the Rain podcast. We are your hosts, Dominique.
And Brady.
Our podcast allows us to have real, raw, honest conversations about grief, faith,
Our journey, hope.
journey, hope, difficult seasons, allowing God to get you through them. We're just open here.
One could say, for sure.
Yeah.
And that's okay. That's what we're here for. It's what we want to do.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
I like being an open book sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, we're a little late on this one.
Yeah. We weren't type A in this week.
We were
Yeah.
we were type A. We do it to ourselves.
Yeah.
So I'm not complaining because we're juggling a lot. We started this podcast. We also started a nonprofit in memory of Colson, and we're pulling together our first fundraiser that's going to happen at the end of this month.
Yep.
Working full-time jobs, raising a 2-year-old. And then the biggest one of all is we're selling our very first home, the one that we raised Colson in, and we are moving beginning of September when we're supposed to move. So we're just I don't even know how we sleep, but at least we get some hours in there.
You gotta throw grief in on all of this too. you know.
Yeah, we're it just sprinkles some grief and depression in there. It's in there in the mix.
Funny, not funny.
Yeah, funny, not funny. But so we're just like surrounded by moving boxes and a little bit of chaos, but that's fine.
It's fine.
It's not what we're here to talk about.
Nope, it's okay.
That's just why.
That's why we're late, guys. We're sorry.
Late.
We committed to
But
the
we're here.
Friday thing, but we, better late than never, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, but we're here.
Yep.
And if you watched or listened to the last episode, we kind of talked about how we came to God, like how our faithful journey started. And it's because emergency baptism on Colson, and God blessed us with a miracle and saved him when no one was sure he would make it out.
You have to go, if you haven't yet, go listen and watch the last episode. You can't make it up. It's truly amazing. And this leads us to our next topic of conversation.
Yes. Episode number 5.
That's awesome.
It is awesome.
We're already 5 in.
So, yeah, we shortly after, Colson, the keto diet worked and everything. I think we did talk about this in the last episode, but he got his G-tube placed, and he was doing well enough to go home. So, home we went.
Not even a week later.
Yeah. And life was, it's kind of hard to explain, I feel like, because it felt lighter, but also heavier at the same time.
Yeah.
Because we felt like we just witnessed a miracle.
Yep.
And we have our baby boy still with us. Like, we get to take him home. Like, that topped everything. We didn't even care or think about the strict schedule that we were going to be on from there on out. Like, that is when our life became super scheduled, super strict. Everything revolved around Colson's schedule.
You know what's crazy about that too is we got told what he needed and how much of what he needed. Medicine, formula, all this stuff. But it was, we literally made the schedule and had them approve it.
Yes, I remember. I think I probably have
Their OG.
the notebook.
Yeah, notebook.
But it's like I wrote down every single medication. Mm-hmm. I wrote down the volume of the dose that he would get and how many doses he had to get within a day. And then it's like, okay, they recommend this dose every 4 hours. Like, I just wrote that all down.
Mapped it all out.
And then we were like, okay, so this chunk is about like 30 ml at 8 o'clock. And then we just mapped it out.
It was cool.
So well.
Yeah.
And I was proud of us because even like the hospital was like good for you guys. Like, this is impressive that like you're sitting here thinking about, let's not give them like 2 ounces of medication at this time. Like, there just was so much thought that went into Coulson's routine
Yeah,
because we just cared so much about him.
and everybody was on board with
Yeah.
it. It was cool.
And because like obviously we cared about him, but I think a part of it too was like, can you imagine if this was like our bodies trying to go through this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine your stomach trying
No.
to take a full ounce of medications on no food? Like, we just wanted what was like we thought would be best for him.
Right.
Um, but yeah, we brought him home, and I want to say things felt good.
Yeah.
Like we had answers that he was diagnosed with TPK1 thymine deficient Lee disease,
Mm-hmm.
and that is like the umbrella. Is his Lee disease is the umbrella, and then just picture like strands hanging down from the umbrella, and that was every other single diagnosis that he had. All of it stems back to his Lee disease.
You say umbrella, but I just think of like a jellyfish.
Yeah, or like yeah, like in a jellyfish.
Here's Lee disease.
That actually makes
All the tentacles. That
yeah,
makes a little more sense. I
that
thought.
does make a little bit more sense. I'm just
And it's not even a
making up
joke.
my thing over here.
I don't know how many
umbrella.
tentacles a jellyfish has. It seems like a lot, but like, if you were to look at Coulson's chart, his diagnosis list, you just literally scroll and scroll and scroll, and you could just see it all. Just like
Yeah,
it's really sad.
it was a lot when he had appointments and you like check in online. You
Yeah.
have to like confirm all
Everything.
the. I'm like scroll, 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 scroll. Okay, yep, that looks good.
Wild.
Yeah.
But you know what? We didn't even think about that stuff. It, like you said, it was a weird feeling because you're one breath, you're like, we have a happy baby. Wow. What this is amazing. What is life? Then you have the other half where like, what is life? We have really become medically complex and medically involved parents. We're doctors, nurses, and mom and dad 24/7. And we thought it was bad at first. This just went to a whole new level of how serious
Oh yeah.
his metabolic disease was that caused all of the everything.
Yeah.
It's just
That's life got crazy busy after that.
yeah.
Like the monthly medical supplies being shipped to the house, trying to figure out like our basement became like a little like medical closet. Like we throughout his 4.5 years of life, like we just kept adding and adding
Yeah.
and adding as his needs got,
This house became
more.
Coulson's hospital, a home hospital,
Yeah,
and
it was.
we didn't care.
No, I mean maybe I did a little bit.
You
It
did
was
at
like,
first, but
it was like hard adjustment. That goes
Yeah.
back to like the one episode where I talked about you have this vision of what you want your house to look like, what you
white picket fence.
you know you're expecting your house to be filled with like toys and baby walkers and
Yeah.
you're baby proof in your house. Like my mind just was so set on that having my house filled with syringes and medicine
And medical equipment.
and medical equipment.
Yep.
Like that was just
And
it was just a hard
alarms and-
it was a hard adjustment for a little bit, like a mental adjustment. Like
Yeah.
you are grieving. I felt like you're always in this life we have had with Coulson you're always grieving something. Always.
Yep.
That was
Grief
a
isn't just
mental-
grief isn't just death. Grief is wishing for a life you could have or want to have that you aren't getting, and that could just not even just life. That could just be anything.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's a good way to put it. Just
Yeah.
it was hard. It was I don't know. You can't explain it. That's the best you can. That's the best way to explain it. Half you're so excited that he's a happy boy. Half what the heck is about that? Like this is wild. There's so much that goes into this. I don't know.
But I think that feeling of just thank God we have Coulson, like nothing else mattered. That it kind of
Superseded.
kind of helped us manage everything that came along with it.
It's a good transition point there. It's kind of what we wanted to get into. How
Yeah.
God changed our perspective.
Yes, that's a good point. We could talk about how what we realized, kind of like brainstorming before we started this episode, was
Yeah.
that sometimes God doesn't change your circumstances; He changes you to get through your circumstances.
Mhm.
And that's kind of what happened, with us and with Colson, that God could have changed our circumstances, and by, you know, miracle of miracle, he could have just, I don't know, healed Colson and he became a typical child. Like, that would be something crazy, but, like, God didn't do that.
No, God didn't heal Colson. He healed us.
Mm-hmm.
He we never in that 5.5 weeks we never once gave up. Giving Colson to God was not giving up. That was letting God have control. That was saying, okay, clearly we can't handle this. I think he just changed. We persevered so much that he brought us on the path right to him, and we didn't even realize it until we both just said he needs to get baptized, and it is all up to God. Like, it is in God's hands, and we had to get to that point for God to be like, all right, maybe we could turn this around. And that just really, I think that whole hospital stay tested us, but like the outcome, like it changed us so much. Just, I think that shift us to the next I guess you could call it next season in
Yeah.
our life of, okay, this is our next journey. Colson, new life, Lee disease. Here we go. And it's like, you really felt the shift where it felt more God was leading us than you and I were trying to battle this life we wish we had.
Yes, and like, God, we never felt like, oh, okay, thanks God, appreciate you, see you next time.
Right.
Like, we never felt that. Like, we did have like a good 8 to 9 months where we got to just enjoy Colson being our
Our
son.
son. Yeah.
But then, like,
We got to the point where we literally forgot what was going on the inside.
yeah, and then, you know,
He turned
September.
1,
Yeah,
enjoyed his first birthday, and then literally that next month, a couple weeks later,
literally a couple weeks after, I think, his
his
birthday
first
party.
birthday.
Mhm.
Yep.
He was in the hospital, and we were in the hospital every single month, like every 2 to 3 weeks,
Yeah, I was gonna
honestly,
say most months were twice a month.
from September 2022 to January of 2023. And we through every single admission, we sat there praying to God, like begging him to
I
heal
felt,
Colson.
felt like we were asking prayer warriors to just constantly, like those months, we just kept asking for prayers constantly. It felt like.
We were, because I think September was just labeled as a viral illness.
Yeah.
And I think October was just a viral illness.
Yeah.
And then
November.
November came croup.
Croup.
And then December
RSV.
came,
No, November was RSV and croup in the same month.
like, November into December,
Okay.
I think.
Uh,
I feel like I don't even,
I blurred together.
it is. But he
I'm not.
literally had like two upper respiratory infections,
Yep.
September, October. And then he ended up with croup in November. Somewhere in November into December, he ended up with RSV.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then into January 2023, he gets COVID for the first time.
And we got COVID.
We got COVID. I was substitute teaching during that time.
Yep.
And I was substitute in the elementary school. And I found out, I think it was like a week that I subbed there. And I found out I was subbing for a teacher that was out.
Yep.
Because she had COVID.
Yeah.
And my parents were over one night. And I woke up that morning kind of feeling like that dry nasally in your nose or whatever. And I was like, oh, our house is just so dry. And then we all were hanging out and it hit me. And I just knew, like, I felt like I had a fever. And I was like, something in my head was just like, take a home test for COVID. I took it and it came positive so fast.
I think you threw the wrappers out, came back, and it was positive.
It was so fast. And I cried. I cried. I could not. That was my first time ever having COVID.
Yeah, but I don't think that's why you were crying.
No,
I think
but just,
you knew.
yeah, I knew. Like, there's no way he's, like, not gonna get it. we still tried to avoid that.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
you took care of him. I stayed in the room.
right.
Um,
It's inevitable though.
yeah, it was. You guys did good for about
2 days.
2 days.
Yep.
And the next thing you know, the ambulance is at the house taking you guys, taking him to the hospital. He was positive, and since Colson's positive and it's COVID, like you couldn't swap out like parents, caregivers. So it's like you were stuck in the room, and then you started to get sick
Oh,
on that Wednesday,
yep.
and then you were like, can you? I need medication. I need something. But I was
I
slowly.
couldn't. I couldn't move.
Yes, I
All of a
was.
sudden. Well, hold on.
What?
This was after I was up for literally 36 hours straight. I remember this specifically. I worked. No, I didn't work that day. We were up all day. Colson got sick that night. I went in by myself that night, and then we didn't get room till like the afternoon the next day. By the time I got, and I think that was the same admission. I had to go to. I went to 7 South and did the whole readmission
Oh
myself, where they didn't
yes.
know who Colson was. 7 South or 7 North, whatever it was. And then we fought 2 hours later, got moved to 8 North, had to do it all again. It was obviously a little bit easier, but at this point, I'm completely exhausted. And I just felt, you just feel it. You just know. It hits you. And you're just like, I don't know if this is exhaustion or COVID, but something's off. And it happened to be both.
Yeah.
Because that night I took a test.
Well, because you were like, hey, practically no one can switch out, but since we all have COVID, we all can just quarantine in Colson's hospital room.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, I might as well do that because I was kind of feeling better.
Yeah.
But I remember I packed bags for us.
Yeah.
And I was so drained that my parents.
Had to drive you.
Yeah, I think like my mom drove one of our vehicles to the hospital and my dad followed my mom.
Yes. Because I rode ambulance.
Yes, because we didn't have a vehicle.
Yeah.
So we had got, family, little COVID family quarantining in the children's hospital. And the hospital thought, like, they really thought Colson was going to be in the PICU. Like, they didn't think, when they heard Colson had,
Did you
COVID.
feel like everybody came in when they found out he had COVID?
I wasn't there.
Oh, you weren't there.
But I remember the one NP. I don't want to like say her name, but like I remember the one NP when she saw me, she was like, "This kid's amazing." Like I really thought you guys were gonna be like in
Like-
the PICU. He was gonna be like on all these machines. Like they were all just so impressed that he only needed oxygen, like regular nasal cannula oxygen, not high flow, not nothing. Mind you, he had COVID and he just had croup, just had RSV, and then previously had 2 other respiratory infections. Like that, we just never stopped relying on God and like trusting God. And
You want to know what else happened that admission?
What?
He missed 2 seizure doses and got the wrong formula.
Yeah. Which the wrong formula could have
Literally sent Colson back to
a metabolic crash. Yeah.
That was so scary. And that was the one admission where we weren't on top of everything because we were literally dying.
Yeah.
And, oof. Not blaming anybody. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It was scary. And Colson's just like, what's next?
Yeah, I don't remember like how scary COVID was because I just remember RSV was actually a lot scarier. When
Which
he
is
had
crazy.
RSV,
Yeah.
that was a lot scarier than COVID. That was really bad when he had RSV.
Because he just got out of croup. And it just, RSV was very bad.
Yeah.
That was scary. I still can see the videos of him.
Yeah. But like going back to how you said, we were just relying and asking for prayers from all those prayer warriors out there.
Yeah.
I just go back to because we knew God would hear them.
Yeah.
Like I think
there was never a doubt.
Everyone that prayed for us, they had hope and faith that God would heal Colson.
Yeah.
I got goosebumps.
It's true though. No, for real.
Because I think when did Pat I think it was last week at church. Like Pastor Carey said something like along the lines of, she was talking about church, but if you can't pray, ask someone else to pray for you. And I felt like we never really questioned our faith or questioned God, but like there was some times that we were just so emotionally, mentally, physically drained that like we just needed the extra support. We needed someone to pray for Colson because maybe we couldn't do it as much as we wanted. Like it's just so nice to have that support from others like in this journey.
And I think that's okay because it allowed us to really be there for Colson and have the support and knowing and trusting that God had our back because people were drowning us in prayers,
Yeah.
drowning Colson in prayers. So that was, yeah, that's a good way of putting that.
This just randomly popped in my head, so I have to say it. No, 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 nothing bad.
Oh, okay.
So, when Colson was born, he was going to be named Emerson. We, I really, we loved Emerson, and then after the gender reveal, I don't know, we like weren't sure what we would want to name him.
Didn't feel right anymore.
Yeah. And then we kind of randomly thought of Colson, and then it took us forever to agree on how to spell Colson because I wanted to spell it like Colson or Coleson. And then Brady was like, "No, let's be different. Let's throw in a K." And I'm like, "Well, then we're gonna throw in an E." So that's how we got
Colson.
Colson. Koleson.
Hmm.
But anyways, a little bit about the Meekin family is that um, they're all they're all Lees. They all have the middle name Lee. You have his sister's middle name is Lee, which is Leigh. Brady, Xander, and Braxton, their middle name is all Lee.
And Dad.
His dad is Lee.
Yep.
And is it like a grandpa or someone Lee?
Yeah, I'm sure.
So Brady was
I'm sure
like,
there's brothers. Yeah, I'm sure it goes on.
So Brady was like, I just have one stipulation. Like,
I got my boy.
I got a boy, and his middle name has to be Lee. He's like, because, you just never know if you're going to have another boy. So I was like, fine. Like, one and done. Only one more Lee Meekin is going to happen. So we have Colson Lee.
It's because we're always getting yelled at. Sorry.
So I don't even know who actually put this together, but it was so crazy that his name is Colson Lee Meekin, and he has TPK1, thiamine deficient Lee disease.
I think we randomly just said it one day. We're like, holy smokes, Lee disease, Lee. We're like, yo, really? Did you realize that that's his middle name?
Yeah, it's just so crazy.
And it's almost like it was meant. I don't want to say it was just meant to be.
Yeah, and I guess it does depend on which like doctor you talk to, because some of them will say Leigh disease, but it's Leigh. But they say Leigh.
Some say Leigh, some say Lee.
That was on point. But so that just
would it
popped
do? Would
in
it
my
be?
head.
Sorry.
So it popped in my head. So I had to say that because it was just kind of like a crazy coincidence.
It is. It is wild. All right. Should we get to the main point of this podcast episode?
Oh, okay. You're like giving me eyes to my Bible.
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's time.
Well, I think we've been talking about the main point is just that, sometimes like God isn't going to pull you out of the circumstances that you want him to pull you out of. Like, some people get so mad when they say, what's that saying? Like, God only gives you what you're strong enough to handle or whatever.
God only gives you what you can handle.
But no, there's like something where it's like,
that's what it is, dog. What do you mean?
Oh, well, whatever. But I've heard people say, like, I hate that saying. Like, I can't handle this anymore. I'm sick of being strong. I just want an easy life. I want to stop dealing with this stuff. And I just want to be like, but do you got God? Because maybe God is putting you through this so you can rely on him.
God's got you, but do you got God? That's good. I like that.
That was like a...
Is this a commercial?
I was just gonna say, it reminded me of like back when we were like little kids, and there's
Yeah.
like a commercial that pops up on the thing. Um, I thought you were gonna start. I started singing the Forrest Frank, the "God's Got My Back."
Even when I'm low, feeling tagged,
Yeah,
God's
that's what
got
I.
my back.
Um,
Shout out Forrest Frank.
yeah, because it's true, and I think that's one of the biggest lessons that we've learned in having Colson is that this is our life. There's nothing we can do about it, so we're just going to.
Can I piggyback off what you were saying though
Oh, sure, go ahead.
before you read?
Yeah.
I agree with you on the.
But why you
But
sound like you about to not agree
cause
with
hold
me?
on, cause like
I can
I
tell by
gotta
his
play,
voice.
I gotta play devil's avocados here and be like,
Mhm.
some people aren't wrong when they say, because even sometimes we say it ourselves where we're like, sometimes I don't want to be strong. I just want to sit here and do nothing and be weak and cry in my bed. But then there's times where you're like, actually, no, you need to get up and you need to tell God, like, yo, help me, pick me up. Tell God you need help and get back on track. Get knocked down, get back up. But don't boo hoo, woe is me, and then live that life when you have God literally asking and begging you to just reach for him because he's got you. You just need to get God. Get God. Get God. All right, sorry. Rant over.
All right. Sounds good.
Nothing to say back.
I low-key was not tracking there, but I believe you. Preach it.
On period. Somebody got that. I'm just saying, you might have made some people mad. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Saying, like, it's okay to feel those feels, but, you gotta have those feelings. Like
Oh yeah. No, I definitely was not.
okay. I'm
Oh,
just, I'm
oh
just
yeah.
clarifying.
No, yeah. Thanks for clarifying. I was not saying
Yeah.
that you shouldn't or can't
As
feel
long
that
as I
way.
make a little sense, I did something okay. Because my mind goes faster than my mouth can keep up. So
That is true, but we'll play it back and we'll figure it out.
let's not. All right.
All right,
Back to
but
being serious. Sorry.
back to being serious. We just wanted to read this verse.
We thought about starting this new trend every episode. I like this. Bring some
Um,
church to the episode.
I mean, just
No.
no, yeah. I mean, just bringing God into our episodes more and more because
Yeah.
I think people need it, but I also think it's good for us because like it just makes us read our Bible and find a good verse.
That's facts.
It's
Ooh,
good for us.
it's
too.
humbling you too. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Good job. Okay. So this is from the book of James, and it is chapter 1, verses 2 through 4. It says, "Dear brothers and sisters, when troubles of any kind come your way, consider it an opportunity for great joy. For you know that when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow. So let it grow. For when your endurance is fully developed, you will be perfect and complete, needing nothing." And what it's saying is that we don't have to be joyful in our suffering, or we don't have to be glad that we're suffering, but find joy in knowing that God is putting you through this because he's making something of you.
Mm.
And,
Get it, girl.
And I
Join the house
and I love that.
I like that.
I don't know, I just love that because I see that in us that honestly explains or could help explain the question of how did you have so much faith during everything that you went through? And like that's it right there because like we don't have faith and we don't have positivity. We're not pushing through because we're glad that we're suffering or that Colson's suffering. We're just finding the joy that we have now, like we got to know Christ and like we're building a relationship and we're building our faith and we're raising Jovi in a, Christian home as well as we can. Like it's changed us for for the better.
Yeah.
And you say, and maybe this is too soon to throw it in an episode, but I think it fits with what we're talking about. Is what's that saying that you kind of talk about how, like, I have to believe in God, and I have to
Oh,
believe that we went through this for a reason. Like,
it's just one of those things like, what other choice do you have? If you don't believe that this is all for a reason, then everything that Colson went through and everything we went through was for nothing. And that's bullcrap. It was for a reason. It didn't just change our lives, it changed so many people's lives. It brought so many people to God. It changed so many people's perspective. The amount of times I heard or we heard, hey, so and so told me, and I had to tell you this, that they were struggling and their kid was sick, but then they thought, what about Colson? What about Dominique and Brady? What about what they go through? I'm not in a hospital. I get to take care of my kid at home. And it's like, to change someone's perspective like that, because
mm-hmm,
that is still hard. To be at home with a sick kid is not easy. It sucks. Typical, not typical, doesn't matter, right?
yeah,
It throws a whole curveball into your life, even if it's for 3 days. You know what I mean? So to hear those things, not once, not twice, but multiple, many times, of how they thought about us because of what we decided to share,
mm-hmm,
that God told us we needed to share, that just like,
yeah,
wow, like that makes you feel so good. They're like, yeah, we're going through this, and it really, really sucks. It does, and we would have loved for Colson to just be typical, you know.
mm-hmm,
And sometimes those thoughts still come up, but look how many people Colson inspired and changed, and he changed us.
and that's where we find our joy.
It brings that joy.
Mm-hmm. And that's why we have this podcast. That's why we're doing
Doing
a
the
nonprofit.
nonprofit. Yep.
It all comes full circle. Oh.
Did you hear the melody on that, boys? Stop playing.
Get me on the mic.
You are.
In the booth.
Oh, in the booth.
Just kidding. But yeah, I think that's good. I love these podcasts.
Doesn't it make you feel better?
It always makes me feel so much better. I low-key was grumpy. Not grumpy before we started. I was tired. I was packing and cooking dinner and packing, take care of Jovi while you at work.
Yeah, I had to
And
work
then,
a 12-and-a-half-hour day, and
yeah,
then came
you,
home and we had to talk about how we're
the
going to fix up the house
house.
to really be able to sell it because of
Yeah.
FHA. It just never ends.
And then you were like, all right, well, let's go do this podcast. And I was like,
Because we were slacking. It was supposed to post Friday.
oh, what he said, what?
Who did he say? What?
But, all right.
Sometimes you just need a good push, and sometimes God will create the opportunity to give you that push.
Amen. Praise you, Jesus.
Hallelujah.
All right. So,
Sorry.
again, if anyone, and not again, I don't know why I said again, but as always, if you have any questions, you want to share stories, please comment on the YouTube video. Please find us on Facebook, message us personally, message Light in the Rain page. Like, we love interaction.
Yeah, we could really feed off that and relate it to you guys. Like that just makes it way easier.
Yeah. So,
And there's no dumb question. And I don't care if you're Joe Schmo from Kentucky or Francesco from California. Hit us up. You know what I'm saying? Prestige.
sure do.
What?
Do your whole like, subscribe.
Oh. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and catch us on the next one in a few days because we're going to be on time this time, right?
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
Oh, back to back.
Back to back.
Ooh, you got lots of editing to do.
Back to back. Hey. Oh. All right. That's enough.
Okay, we out.
Okay. We out. Peace.